Oh, hi, Mark. Hey, everybody. Thanks for being here today. Thanks for tuning in for another awesome game of Songs of Creation. What? It's going to be a shit show tonight, my friends.
Oh, God.
If you haven't already, please do us a kindness and hit the heart button below and follow us on Twitch. And now, this is fun news for us. No one gives a shit, but we do. We're affiliates now, so you can subscribe and get awesome benefits that we will be inventing and adding as it comes up. So
pick it up as we go.
Yeah, we're coming along.
No idea what we're doing.
We can do cool stuff now, like we have. As long as you watch the stream, you'll be collecting. Right now, we're tentatively calling them the Tithes of Fate. And you accumulate these little points, and you can, I don't know, like cash them in to give advantage to me or Sarah or not Brunin, the other one.
Or the DM.
Or the DM if you want to be a bastard about it. And there's some other cool stuff in there, so check out the rewards. Send us some bits. By the end of this year, I will understand what the hell those are. If you like D&D tabletop-related memes, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Mates of Fate. If you want to catch up on old episodes, just find us on YouTube. Same thing, Mates of Fate. And Matthew, you have a fun announcement about something on February 26th?
I do. Coming up February 26th, I will be, I guess it's sort of a GM, right? But it doesn't seem like this system has one anyways. We're going to be playing Wanderhome, which is a wonderful take on a Redwall inspired. Yeah, we're all going to be little woodland critters. Just go on a journey exploring the magical land of Haith, which is the going to be inspired very much by the wonderful books about Redwall. If you haven't read them, give them a chance. You probably have read them as a kid and just forgotten all about that magical world. Absolutely recommend it. Yeah, there's going to be all sorts of fun and kind of shared collaborative storytelling that will go in places that I don't even know what's going to happen yet, but should be just a charming time. It's going to be a charity stream for... Yeah, that's right. We're going to be supporting the Michael J. Fox Foundation for Parkinson's research. It's a cause that's very near and dear to my heart. So absolutely. If you guys have anything going on the 26th, it's a shame, but you can still always chip in. And if not,
yeah, I just posted a link, so you can donate ahead of time if you want to. We raised $650 last time. Let's see if we can.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah. My goodness.
Really. Again.
So with this Wanderhome game, Matt, do you come up with like the basic premise of the plot, and then we as a group drive it, or how's it going to work?
I'm still kind of figuring that out. There's a lot to it. So what I know about it so far is that it's going to be a lot of us, sharing responsibility for creating the world, which is interesting. So
That's
a lot of narrative control being shared. But what I think will happen is I'll work on making sure that I kind of shepherd us back to a main central direction that I'm envisioning going on. So we'll see. Yeah, it should be fun. Anyways, Wanderhome probably February 26th. That's what I had. So
Saturday.
See you then. Yes, it'll be on Saturday. So
special one shot.
All right.
All right.
take it away, Mike, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one other timed announcement. Next Saturday, February 5th, we'll be doing. Oh wait, now I'm getting it all. Yeah, next Saturday, February
Hey.
25th, season 2 premiere of Artima, which is
Hey.
homebrew campaigns. This is Songs of Creation. This is Matt's homebrew campaign. Our other second main ongoing campaign is Artima. Next Saturday, February 25th, season 2 premiere. We'll be giving away a custom-made set of Mates of Fate dice, which are somewhere. I don't know where I am on the screen. Somewhere here. But yeah, basically, you can find the rules. Just go to our Twitter account. It's just Mates of Fate at a little website called twitter.com. And there's a pinned tweet. You just got to like and retweet that tweet. Follow us on Twitch and watch the stream on Saturday, February 5th. And we'll be choosing a winner in the middle of the session.
Will it be me?
God,
Are we eligible? Because I want these dice.
I
So
want them
bad.
so much. They're
They're so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, they're by Ursus Dice, by the way. At Ursus Dice. Thank you, Jess. They're incredible.
Again,
That's right.
Holy, wow.
Yeah. Ursus Dice. Check her out on both Twitter and Instagram. She makes amazing dice. Thank you, Jess. And then last but not least, want to give a huge shout out to Syrinscape, which is the platform that we use to stream all our, not our voice audio, but all our music, all our sound effects, and all our ambiance, kind of tavern music that you hear right now, brought to you courtesy of Syrinscape. So just check them out. Really useful software to use for your online campaigns and in person too. It doesn't have to be online. All right, that's all I have.
Okay.
Let's play D&D, yo.
Ready? All right. So, when last we left off, our adventurers were hovering over the Burning Isles, having just rescued their shipment of wine from being attacked by a number of pirates that were setting up to ambush them. You found that there was a storm coming, so while the ships dropped out to deeper sea and weighed anchor to find safe moorings, you also found that the ship itself needed to more or less be parked. You guys found a clearing on a beach nearby and were able to set the Scarab down where Thelpin Weldquist was making sure that the perimeter was secure. In the meantime, you went hurrying down south towards the town of Hardgrave, where you didn't really have enough time to really take in the sights as you went in and saw that they were boarding up windows and the shops were all closed down, including the fortune teller. So that was kind of a bummer. On the bright side, you did get to get some of the famous barbecue that the locale and the islands are named for. You saw ominous sights here and there. The gallows on the way in, the hut covered in sand, not too much. Went into the ship, the Wampin Jenny Wintertoe's establishment, the saloon on the hill, where the halfling bartender walked around issuing out pints to pretty much the whole town that was there. Everyone feeling a bit dour at the prospect of the rain. She decided to try and liven the place up a bit, partly thanks to the cask of wine that you so generously lugged all the way from where you landed, for a 15-minute jog back into town, and then up a hill, and then into the tavern, where Zara politely took it off of Spinecrusher's shoulders and said, "Look what I brought you." Yeah.
Taking all the credit as well.
Yeah. Jenny warmed up to her immediately. But then the rest of the town seeming a little less warm-hearted at the moment, given that it was cold and rainy, and it seemed like they were not used to being stormy. They complained about things, and all the grumbling led to Jenny saying, "All right, that's enough. We're going to have ourselves a good time, whether you like it or not." And said that, there would be a couple games. Darts, a drinking contest, and a good old-fashioned brawl, which turned out to not be quite so organized as it should have been. You ended up seeing Elliot Beckett, of all people, who unfortunately did beat you at knife throwing, or dart throwing, just kind of whatever projectile you choose, but absolutely was hell of a good shot. So unfortunately he beat Yazer on that. But of course, didn't really matter to him too much because he couldn't even really be awake to win. as Draxa and Spinecrusher immediately just decked the guy.
Just cold cocked that poor son of a
cold
bitch.
cocked him. Knocked him out cold. A massive brawl broke out. Womp and Jenny was absolutely livid with Spinecrusher for getting ready to use his warhammer in her tavern.
For some reason.
Yeah, given that it was, well, for one, it's her tavern. At any rate, you survived the brawl quite well and ended up being pretty much the only three that were still standing at the end of it. Most of the tavern folk got thrown or knocked unconscious, including a red-headed woman who fought with a Higurashi fighting style. That was interesting. You dragged Elliot Beckett into the Feather House once he was unconscious, and she was unconscious, and everything had settled down.
I forgot I kidnapped him.
Astonishing everyone in the tavern who had been able to see you draw a line in the air, opening a portal to another world, and then coming back out. Like, don't worry about that.
Just everything about this whole afternoon was completely inappropriate.
Yeah.
Some of them probably just like looked deeper into their cups and everything, and what like, lucky Jenny, this is good stuff tonight.
What?
Soon enough, during the scuffle, you saw the figure of Vernon upstairs. You escorted, went upstairs following him. And soon enough, he didn't really want to be... He wanted to be left alone when he saw Akimase, a Kestrel ferret, running up after him. He kind of locked himself away again into the captain's quarters up on the deck. You eventually convinced him to let you in. You had a conversation, and he discussed with you the facts that, pretty much the facts of his history, of what's happened, of millennia upon millennia upon millennia of life and suffering and loss, trying to contend with everything, trying to understand what penance he has to do to lift what curse has been wrought upon him without anyone to ever explain it, without anything to ever look forward to, and memories of times long gone by, and really just the memory of the pain overwhelming him. Pain of loss, but also within that pain, glimmers of hope that have reached him most notably in the form of inspiration, a muse, coming to him in dreams and sounds and visions. Artwork on the wall, renderings in charcoal and other colors and paints of the same woman, her back almost always turned away, a wash of pink hair, asking who is she, as he remembers, but couldn't quite remember the name. You asked if he wanted to see her. You opened the portal to the Feather House, and there out walked Yelorena, kind of breath taken away from her. Yeah. You,
Sorry. Thank you, Dr. Panda, for just gifting 5 subs. That was awesome. Thank
Oh,
you so much.
Thank you.
We love you. Love having you here. Thank you.
Damn.
Thank you.
Thank you, Doc.
Oh, and Red Platinum's here. Since I already derailed Matt. Hey, Red. Thanks for being here, dude. Okay. Serious role-playing face. I'm sorry, Matt.
All good. No, good. No, good to have you guys here. So, yeah, Yelorena and Vernon reunited after millennia apart. Well, less for Yelorena, technically. But, at any rate, she still missed him, and they had a lot to catch up on. So you kind of left them to be alone for a bit and talk and get reacquainted. Heading out and back downstairs out of the rain, you went into the ship tavern that's planted on top of this massive spire of stone, and there you sat and had a round. You're satisfied with yourself, your good deed done for the day, when out from the rain burst a man, the very same bandit captain who had fled the fight during the ambush, the sole survivor of your attack, who immediately burst out, "She's dead. She's dead. And there's the one what killed her." After which, pointing towards Spinecrusher, after which
Okay, God, that's fine.
entire town in this tavern, all of them, turn their eyes towards you. Shocks, gasps, cups drop to the floor. People standing up from the chairs, that unnerving sound of wood sliding back against wood. Everyone standing up. And Jenny Wintertoe is behind you, sidling over to the door to lock a latch. Turning, crossing her arms. Thought for a second, you're nice, decent folk. I'm not so sure. You have any idea what you've done?
Who was she?
This is the bandit captain. She's gentle soul is who she was. You bastards. You slaughtered her. Should have seen it. Violent as they come, that one.
It was a tavern brawl.
Why did you have this gentle soul attack our ships?
And that Jenny kind of turns. Attack ships. You did it, didn't you? It was. Look, it was her idea that she come along for that part. You don't understand. No, I don't have any quarrel with you after attacking the ships or anything. I'm wondering why the hell was she there? Other people start saying, yeah! That looks... I didn't want my sister to come. It's tenacity what convinced me. She told me if we tried things her way, no one would get hurt, no one would have to die. I told her that's not how these things work. She said, no, let me come. I'll drop those rocks right in front of those ships. No one will get hurt. We'll stop, we'll just scare them is all. But that's not how it worked down, is it? No one had to die. No one.
You wanted to
But
scare
all
us?
of my friends did.
You set up an entire crew to ambush us, to scare us? There are 200 people on Regana whose income counts on those shipments going out. And you just wanted to give us a fright? We're protecting it.
How are we to know? There's no way to know.
Well, for one thing, I think this needs to be brought probably to the codekeeper. What say you all? Oh, you codekeeper. Bring him to Distagion. All right.
What
Yeah,
up?
heard him. What say you? You're gonna come quietly?
You keep your hands off me.
Come on, Spine Crusher. We have no quarrel with these idiots. Except the one that tried to attack us.
So
We'll
at
come
this point-
peacefully.
Okay. They kind of like are sizing you up and everything. You get the feel that, as well as you did in that tavern, everyone's attention is on you, and it is likely they could probably grab you. And, you know, as like they have numbers on their side, and everyone, so it is going to be probably a good call. Okay. So at this point, they lead you. Jenny unlatches the front door. Keep an eye on them.
I don't have my warhammer on me, do I?
She had actually, yeah, she had confiscated it. Set it aside behind the bar. You didn't grab it.
Nope.
Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, you still have your axe on you as well. Yeah, and then you also have your scimitar, Zara. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, as of right now, they're holding your warhammer off to the side of the bar. So, you're let out. Okay. They walk you.
Yeah, I don't resist. They don't have their hands on me, right?
Yeah, they're just kind of like walking side by side and a few behind. So it's definitely, yeah, you can see that there's the bandit captain is leading the way. As they head down. Go ahead.
Grab Reggie too. I make sure like she's with us before we all get hustled off.
Okay. Jen, what are they talking about? What did you kill?
Wasn't she with us?
No, she was on the ship.
Oh. The attack. These are the ones that tried to ambush their ships as we were sailing past.
And you killed them?
Do I hear this, or I'm further up?
She's kind of whispering. Yeah, I'd say you're maybe a few feet up. Make a perception check. Or what's your passive to see if you... Because right now you wouldn't be necessarily trying to listen to Reggie.
10. Yeah, you're right.
You
Yeah.
wouldn't be. Yep.
All right.
There's probably other things in your mind at the moment. The rain is pouring down. You feel it just pelting your skin. It leads you just south. Actually, let me bring the map up as well so we have a sense of where you guys are in the town of Hargrave, which at this point is not quite so bright and cheery as the map suggests. One moment.
I mean, we're still in like the middle of a monsoon, right?
Oh, it's absolutely raining, pouring down. So really, you're not going too far at all. Can you guys see the... Let me know when you can see the map. If you have Fantasy Grounds up. Do any of you have Fantasy Grounds up?
I do now, Matt.
Damn it, guys. Come on. Thanks for listening, guys, for tuning in. This is a professional D&D stream that we're running here. Running a tight ship.
Actually join the game, not just boot the application.
That's how professional I am. I'm sharing the screen of the loading screen, so
All good.
please
One
go
day
join our server.
Oh, shit.
Well, they need
Yeah.
a password
Wow.
anyhow, so.
Yep.
Right, can you please push the map again?
In a sec, hold on. I'm getting on
All
it here.
right. Hey,
We
no,
are professional Twitch affiliates now. We got all our ducks in a row. We
Yeah.
always do everything perfectly.
Oh yeah, first try.
I'm ready.
All
now.
right.
Hey,
Let's
no,
continue.
You can push it.
Yeah. All right. So you they take you pretty much just down the gangway of planks, down the steps to that building that's kind of on a diagonal with a tall lighthouse-looking tower just above it. They lead you just there, and inside you can see there's just a single candle lit in the window of the room on the first floor. Almost the whole crowd follows you out, but with the entire town's worth of people, right, that come out, it's a little bit crowded, too crowded to the point where they actually have a lot of them are standing outside in the rain, and then some of them are kind of like, I'm going back to the tavern. How about you? Right, nobody's there. We can go free drinks. You hear? They kind of like scuttle off back up, leaving probably about a good, a third of the people drop off until they realize it is raining, and then eventually it gets to about half the people that are standing outside, and some of them just kind of crowd under the rooftop, the eaves. As you are led in, though, inside this building, you see. Let me bring up. Fortunately, I don't think we can share the artwork on the stream anymore because
You
we're
can put it in
now-
the Discord, but yeah, I don't think we can
Yeah.
share it on Twitch. But if
Yeah.
you want to see what Matt's sharing, go ahead and join us on Discord, and you can see exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah. Join our Discord. We have a Discord, guys. You can go there and see what the hell I'm talking about. Here we go. Dropping in game discussion.
Please.
All right.
Here we go.
So, you see a figure wearing some solid armor. Looks to be, you're not quite sure at first glance. In the darkness of the room, you can't be sure if they're elven or human, male or female. Sort of, just unclear. They look kind of in the middle of writing something down. What looks to be keeping records, books, something. Apparently still sober. Just a general, almost unseemly professional air about them in the midst of this raucous town, right? And a moment, please, as some of the townsfolk are like hollering and yelling, come on, well, this is unfair. They killed her. Just a moment. Scribbles a line, closes the book, and then looks up, not getting up from their seat. Well, what have you brought me, Jenny? Well, this Stygian, apparently these lot have killed Gethin. terrible news. What evidence have you brought? I'm a witness. How do you plead?
Which
Not
one was-
guilty.
Hang on. Which one was Gathina?
Gathine was... everyone called her Peril. Gathine Fair Tackle was what... your sister, yes? Was her brother looks up. Oh, she was holding his hat in hand. I hadn't seen her in a long time. Not since... well, not since Pa.
Probably because she was out robbing ships.
It's not how it was, and don't you dare try to besmirch her name.
Then what was it?
Everyone looks and says, you don't understand. She wasn't... The Stygian kind of like looks. So, what are you looking for? Revenge or restitution? The bandit captain looks. I'd like revenge. I'd like it right now. That's not how we do things. You know that's not how it works. I need it. So, blood for blood. It's the old way. Time honored. Unless they can somehow undo what was done.
What does that
That's
mean?
right.
Blood for blood.
She raises an arm and points in the direction of the gallows outside down the hill. Blood for blood. It's quite simple. I don't think it needs explanation. The explanation itself is quite clear. If there is blood on your hands. Is this so? We have a witness. One whose opinion I think most of the people here respect. One who seems, as far as I can tell, to be the only other sober one here.
It's sober. Mostly sober.
Do you have a jury? Do you have a judge? Do you even have an executioner, or do you consider yourself all three?
They stand up. Kind of having about almost eye level with you, Spine Crusher. I am all and none of these. I'm Code Keeper here. Anyone what breaks the code answers to me. I answer only to the old ways. I keep them.
So what say you,
Sure.
Code Keeper? If you bring your kid's sister into a dangerous situation that gets them killed, whose hands have the blood on them?
Turns their head directly towards the bandit captain. Wasn't like that. It wasn't meant to be dangerous.
You didn't think attacking a small fleet of ships would not be dangerous?
Oh, it's a small fight. And then the crowd is like, in an uproar.
We brought a higgery-silly airship. Did you not think we'd defend ourselves? Did you not see the cannons coming out the side? What did you think would happen when you brought your kid sister to attack our ships today?
The Stygian raises their hand up, kind of like looks to the crowd, which is starting to become more of a mob. I'll need everyone here, not part of this official inquiry, to head home. Or back to Jenny's. This is Wintertoes. I'm sure you can accommodate these people as you have been. Alright. Everyone out. See to the Code Keeper to do their business.
Thank you, ma'am.
This the mob. Shit. Some of them make like the gesture and everything. It's a noose for you! Stygian turns back around after the door is closed behind them. Please, if everyone could sit down. Crosses her arms and paces a bit. Now, I'm a bit alarmed to hear this, mainly because I can't imagine anyone hurting Pearl But I also can't understand why anyone would allow their kid sister to go and attack ships. It's not that we don't allow raiding. Part of our history. It's a part of our ways of life. But surely, Bracto, you knew what would happen. It's not like that. It's not like that. Well, then what? A Higarashili airship. First of all, Higarashil?
What of it? You say it with such disdain.
No. Gone for 3 years now. And you pick to raid the first ships that come by with an aerial escort? This Procto kind of... We had no way of knowing. We were just camping there waiting for the first set of ships we saw. How was I supposed to know? It was her idea that we do it her way. Knock the pillars down. The pillars? Listen, it was just a solid plan.
That would have destroyed our ships.
And the cargo on them.
She raises her hand. Be that as it may, you don't understand the consequences of your action. Give me a moment. Quillip, are you asleep? Give me a moment. She goes into the next room, brings a candle with her, and then you hear a voice a moment or two later. Chase you about it. Come on, sleepy. All right. Soon enough, the Stygian comes back in, followed by this geriatric gnome that's just scratching his head, bit of like this nasty looking white stubble coming in, very patchy, almost mangy looking. Comes in and just, what's this all about? Well, apparently, sit down for a moment. What is it? Pearl is dead. No. Oh, he sits down. Bless her. I never thought I'd live to see her die.
Soft-hearted fucking pirates.
He looks and says, soft-hearted. A callous one such as you, she said. Give us a moment. You got any idea what you done?
No, I didn't. And I feel horrible about it. We thought you were a pirate island. We thought we were coming up against equals in combat. If I had known we were just going to be attacking someone's small sister, we never would have. I feel terrible.
Kind of looks and says, well, she was... You have to understand. She was what did you call it? Oh, she sea blessed she was. Sea blessed. Oh, I remember. It was probably about, you say back, maybe you should say it puts me at about 493 now, so that means it was probably about, well, about 20 years prior. Ever since then, we'd always had a tradition, probably going back about 300 years. What we was doing was we'd always have to make offerings to sea gods and sky gods and whatnot. It was a long ways going back, such as to keep the storms at bay. It didn't really do much of anything. Well, as it was, Gethin, she was kind of what you might call how would you say? She lived an isolated childhood. That she did. Isolated childhood. She was. Whoa! And this Bracto says she was a gentle soul. Ah, gentle soul. That's a kind way of putting it. Kind of kept to herself for quite like hardly spoke a word. Right? There's that whole incident. What happened? Right? The whale pox came a few years back. Took your part. Did. Gnome kind of like sits and lifting his shirt and scratching at his belly button. Bracto gets notably uncomfortable, as does the Sichian, and probably you guys too. Oh, I mean, I know a bit of history and got to this stand better than anyone, but Bracto, you probably know at least up to then what happened, right? What you bringing me in for? She says, I was hoping you could explain a bit more about, well, her particular gift. That's all you know, just sea blessed. Oh, that's all you know. All right, go back to sleep. All right, he's good for me. I see anything. Nice meeting you, folk. You fucking murderers. And then it goes into the next room.
Well met, I guess.
And at this point, Bracto says, she was a kind child, kind of quiet, but, you know, parents did the best we could. They raised us just south of here. There's Split Shell Cove. She's a good kid, you know. Just kept home, helped with everything, chores, picking crabs and all that. And one day, he went off. You know, she's finally old enough. She could go off playing in the backyard, as it were, the forest and cove. And started having an imaginary friend. It's a weird thing. She started singing songs and melodies I ain't never heard. She did. You know, so what was that about? Never understood it. Apparently, folks going way back say it's a thing called Sea Blessed. As people live on the island, what can learn as to sing and channel the waves. There's many a time after that, you know, we'd find her out rocks. She'd be just dancing in the waves, and soon enough, the waves started parting for her. She could go walk out. Took me with her one time. We might have walked a mile out from shore. Water all around us, over our heads even. We walked on the ocean floor, and she picked up seashells. Brought them back. The most beautiful thing I had seen. And I knew from then on she was special. No one believed me until they saw it in the town. For long, there wasn't a storm hit Burning Isles in, 15, 20 years now. Until this night. The rain pattering on the window, striking home his point.
Can I look knowingly at Zara for a moment? Doesn't that sound like the kind of person that could really have helped us against a certain person we keep running into under the waves?
Does
Do you want to do that thing you can do?
I can, but the problem is going to be materials.
Well, if this community loves her like they say, perhaps they can help us figure it out.
All right, I think that might settle the whole
At this point,
thing. Paying for debts.
the door burst open. You see Vernon standing there. Yellerina not in sight. Vernon bursting through the door, soaking wet, hair kind of like down at his forehead. What is all this then? Is it true what I've heard?
What have you heard?
Probably.
Probably.
Is she gone? It's your fault. She's gone.
Who's he talking to? Who does he say that to?
Looking at the three of you. And plus Reggie. Yeah.
Listen, I mean no offense. The way you describe your sister.
The moment Vernon walks in and everything, by the way, make an insight check. Sorry.
26.
Oh yeah, okay. With that, yeah, with the 26. With the 26, you recognize two things. You recognize a look of outrage and anger in Vernon's eyes. And you notice that Bracto stands up with a fiercely apologetic look in his own eyes. So Vernon kind of looks... yeah, it's my question. Go on.
I meant no offense, okay?
Offense. You meant no offense.
The way you describe your sister, she sounds like she was good soul, but maybe on a wrong path.
No, you don't understand. But, Vernon, it's not like that. She was not on the... Vernon, at this point, is seething. Wrong path, you say. Proctor, what path was she being led on? He kind of looks at Vernon, looks at you, and back at Distigian. He was planning a raid. First ships that came in, we didn't know which ones would be coming by. But we knew that there were ships coming. We was going to plan on boarding the ships, firing shots and taking them by force and killing anyone who got in our way.
So you
set an example.
So you admit it?
Hear me out. We were planning this the other night, right in the tavern. She was waiting tables, just overheard, sat down, she was furious, grabbed me by the arm. So, you don't kill anyone, that's not who you are. So how do you know who I am? She said, I know you. You haven't changed. After Pa died, Vernon, you took us in. I'll never thank you enough for it. And then I knew it wasn't right to have you feeding us on your pay. So you remember I took the jobs, a couple of jobs I probably shouldn't have. Vernon, you should have told me. I could have made it work. You didn't, you shouldn't. I did what I had to. There's some things I'm not proud of. Githine, she was doing fine. She could have took care of her, put food on plates back home. I was just trying to do one more job and then we'd be fine. I wouldn't have. I'm sorry. Pa died. Ma, she went mad after the pox took him. Stopped eating. It was, 2 years, and Fiend tried to take care of her as much as she could. Was feeding her broth with seaweed. By the end of it, she just wouldn't drink it. Wouldn't take. Watched her go. I wouldn't see Githine suffer anymore, so I left, took jobs on ships and whatnot, but I knew there's so much money moving back and forth while here on the island. No ships coming by the Burning Isles no more. Code Keeper keeping all your old ways. Old ways can't keep up with the current times. There's not enough put food on the table here anymore. And finally, we see ships sailing past, way down fat with treasure to be taken. And what do? We let them sail right by, not even demanding the protection costs we would have charged back in the olden days. So, did what any of us would have done the old times. We planned on taking what we could.
Wow, I wonder why no one sails past the Burning Isles anymore.
Goddamn right. Well, no. Not since Higura's shield's been gone. No need for Kanye to fly over this way. So? Now what?
There will be more ships. Icarus is back. Perhaps you could find a better plan that won't put every other ship off this course.
It's not the point. Githine wanted to see us do it in a way that wouldn't have anyone hurt. It's her idea. We stop the ships, not kill them. Not hurt the soul. She's dead for it. Shows what this world can do to you. Try to be kind.
Oh, Zara, you gotta put this man out of his misery.
So, no, I think I mean there was just a lot of poor judgment calls involved in this. That is a valiant and you know right like to want to do this without causing death. I don't believe that's what killed her. I mean, you have to understand. We made a call. We saw people trying to what looked like sink our ships, and we responded in kind. Was it the best response? Was it the thing we should have done? I don't know, but it was the best call we made at the time, and now we have more information, and we know it wasn't the best choice. But we've gotta figure out how to move forward from here. We fix what we can, both of us. And I think I
Well,
can help.
I've asked. I know for a fact that Tiesha can't bring her back. She's
Why?
good with medicine, but can do nothing to. She can't bring someone back. I've heard it can be done. I've seen it done in ages past.
If I have the materials, I can do it. Or I can try to do it.
There is a cost.
The Stygian looks up. What do you need? What cost?
A very expensive material component, which will be consumed in bringing her back.
What
A
do you
very pure diamond. That's what I need to channel the energies.
I'll ask around town. It's the least we can do for Gethy. Strange, I'd forgotten what the rain is like. Blessing and a curse, isn't it? It comes back into your life. Closes the door behind him. Pulls up his collar as you see him through the slotted ironwood window pane and walks back up the hill towards the tavern, leaving the rest of you standing there in the awkward silence between Stygian, the brother, Bracto, and you. Snoring begins from the other room. Stygian kind of rolls her eyes, rolls their eyes. So, sounds to me like restitution is the plan. Are you comfortable with that recompense? Procto seethes. Yes. You make this right. Bring her back. You swinging by a rope won't bring it back. There's another small matter, if you can indeed do what Vernon is talking about, which I myself...
What is that?
What is what?
The other small matter.
Simple. A vow to do no further harm to Cathene, to anyone else you've wronged. And I think some kind of damages rendered in recompense for the suffering caused. For one thing, I can imagine Cathene would never be the same even if she comes out of this somehow. Though if what Bracto has described, grisly as it was, is true, I doubt that she'll be back.
What sort of compensation are you looking for?
Monetary, probably. Bracto? Is there anything else you prefer? If not, you can always render a service to the town of Hardgrave, and that would be suitable.
If you two are on this path because of the monetary struggles you describe, I can offer you a job.
Job.
A well-paying job. Yeah.
You kill my sister, then try to offer me money. You. He stands up, and Stygian
Spine
Press
Crusher
them back
stands
down.
up as well.
Stygian presses a hand on both of you. We're going to calm down now. Is that clear?
I wait for the other one to start sitting down first.
There's nothing personal in a fight,
Mhm.
okay? People die every day. And we're trying to make it right.
As the Stygians and hands sit there, and neither one of you moves, you start to see embers forming around their hands.
Spine crusher.
Again, we can all calm down now, or there's other codes I can keep.
I put a hand
Spine
on
cru-
Spine Crusher's shoulder.
Drakto backs away.
Spine
Eyes
Crusher.
not moving.
Spine Crusher slowly pushes the hand, Vestigian's hand, away from his chest and sits back down.
Good.
Both of our parties came into the situation without all the information, and we made whatever call, right or wrong, that we thought was the best at the time. Now we have to figure out how to move forwards from those decisions.
Soon enough, it's quiet and everything, and everyone's kind of like half listening and sort of head down at this point. Stygian, probably the exception, just writing down in their notebook summary of the events transcribed and everything. The door opens again. Vernon, and soaking wet, kind of an angered look in his eye. I have what you need. Like, places it in your hands.
Let's begin then.
Where is your sister? Did you leave her? Did we travel to her?
Where you left.
Come on, you can take our ship.
You step outside, and there's it's a lot of rain still.
We start walking up the beach back towards our cool ass shit airship.
All right. It's nighttime now. Dark. It's a long walk through the rain. Wet sands clumping beneath your feet. It's not a pleasant walk. Waves rough on the shore. At some points you feel like you're far enough up on the sands, and then sometimes the water comes up to where darting at your feet. You actually have to hurry back up farther inland. The waves are rough. Sky is tumultuous and dark, heavy. There's a palpable feeling of almost a fear among, the locals. Between Drakto, Stygian, Vernon. Get a sense they're unaccustomed to seeing stormy weather. You head up the beach. A long time. Make an investigation check.
This can't be any worse than our insight check.
Investigation.
Works
Yeah.
for me.
Oh, nat 20 for
Nice.
20.
I got 14.
With an at 20, it's soon enough that you find precisely the spot. You remember the sight of the spires, the shattered remains of the golem. They're still washing up against the seaside. And there, body being occasionally splashed at by the bits of waves that creep this far into the cove. Surrounded by what look like crabs, gull. You see the body of Githine Fairtackle.
I kind of gesture to Spine Crusher so we can both gently and respectfully pick her up away from the water and move her onto more solid ground.
I don't know if they want me touching her body.
I go to
Vernon.
try.
Vernon goes, raises a hand. He picks her up himself. And brushes the hair away, her head smashed in.
Spine Crusher kind of just takes a step back and kind of holds his head down, not making eye contact with anyone.
Oh god.
We just step back and let Zara do her thing. As
It looks
as the best grown up here.
please. However you can help her. Press laser down a nearby patch of grass. And, takes a few steps back.
There are a few things that this spell rests on. One is obviously her physical presence. The other is that when I reach out to her soul, she has to be both willing and able to return to her body. I'm not going to know that until I try. And that it's going to take a toll on her for a little bit if this succeeds.
Okay. So,
Before we start, I would like to examine the diamond Vernon gave me to make sure I think it's of a high enough quality for this to succeed.
fortunately enough, it is.
Thank God. Okay, cool.
You're not sure what favors he had to pull to get something like this in a remote place like the Burning Isles, but so
Also, this is going to take quite a bit. You're free to stay here for the whole time this takes, but please try not to interrupt me too much unless I specifically request for you. It's going to take a lot of concentration, and this storm isn't going to help.
So they stand there in the rain, the lights, the occasional flash in the sky, illuminating the cliffs, illuminating the alcoves in the water.
And I'd like to motion for everyone that was particularly close to her to like come and stand around for this. I don't know exactly how this works, but I'm assuming having the presence of people that she was close to in her life might help.
So at that point,
We back way up.
Brocto and Vernon approach. Brocto with his head held low. Vernon kind of like drops down to his knees, looking at her mangled body. Tearful. He looks down, looks skyward as well. So there's a bit of time passes as you're casting the spell. You feel the diamond itself in your hand as you're holding it. And there's this feeling somewhat like a buzzing in your hand. And you're closing your eyes, feeling the rain all around you. And there's just a moment you feel the buzzing get to this fever pitch to the point where it feels like this small diamond is hurting. Like it's almost rattling through the skin right down, rubbing up against the bones themselves, shaking until it feels this sharp, instantaneous glimpse of pain that just suddenly stops. You open your eyes at the moment the pain becomes so extreme. And when you open them, everything is stopped. The raindrops themselves are suspended, frozen in midair. And there, standing with their back turned towards you, you see the figure of the same druid who had summoned the coral golem only a few days before. It's not right. Any of this.
Well,
She turns sees you. The waters are so angry. Is it my fault?
I honestly don't know.
I didn't mean to make anyone angry. I didn't mean for anyone to get hurt. Now they're all going to get hurt, I think. So sorry. Tell Brocto I'm sorry.
It's all right. Like, we all make not the best calls sometimes, and there's other circumstances that influence them as well. This isn't all on you. Couldn't have known. I don't know your situation fully, but I know you have people that care about you deeply.
So beautiful
And,
that I was. This is all wrong.
I don't know if you can see, but I'm still tethered to the mortal realm. That's where I'm from, and I'm here. We're offering you a way back if you would like it. A lot of people that really want to see you come back.
That easy?
I mean, it's not gonna be easy, but
Why me? Why me? The others. Dale. Dale died. Saw him.
some of
And
just like these unfortunate circumstances led to your death, there are some fortunate ones that gave you the opportunity to come back.
Varden. So sad.
Cares deeply about you.
He's always seemed sad. He looks really sad now.
He's been through a lot.
I'd like to go home.
We can do that.
Turns around for a moment. Looks back towards the sea. I can't go home yet. Turns back. Reaches out towards your hand. Holds out her own.
All right. I extend my own to meet hers.
The moment you do, you feel that tether to you pull taut. This strange feeling, almost as though a tether pulled between your soul and another. It's a strange feeling in that this feels like it's in the same way of having almost like you had a bungee cord tied to your heart and it was loosely dangling, and then suddenly a weight that became so great was pulling on it from the other side. And you feel this strenuous pull, like a rip current trying to draw you out. And you clutch tight to the diamond in your hand, last bit of it remaining. The sharpness comes back, that sort of burning vibration in your hands, wearing down almost to the knuckle. And you squint your eyes, grit your teeth with a sudden feeling of pain, this feeling of gripping and holding tight, not going to let go. From everyone else's perspective, As you're watching, you're seeing Zara deep in this sort of trance, her hand clutched tight, veins almost showing on it, and to the point where she grits her teeth. And as she does, you see the diamond itself glow, this emanating bright light that illuminates at first the skin out of her hand, and then the light becomes so luminous that it starts to streak out, shining out on the waves and the stony outcroppings, the leaves all around. Bursts out until the light itself forms 1,000 other pinpoints, each one like a raindrop suspended in the air. They coalesce until they swirl around, almost like seeing a galaxy spinning, until they land on the body of Gathene. All about until you see bits of form starting to re-emerge. What was broken being made whole. It's a strange sight, almost as though, well, exactly what you'd expect, witnessing a miracle in real time. Zara, you open your eyes at the same time that Gathene does, with this sharp gasp.
Right, sit down. Oh my, okay. You've lost a lot of blood, actually all of your blood. Let me, and I'm gonna give her some healing real quick because she is literally at 1 HP. Um, so I'm gonna give her a nice little 4th level cure wounds here to get her back to like something.
Spine Crusher's never seen someone resurrected before, and he's completely in awe of Zara's power.
This is the first time I've done it.
I've always wanted to see her do it. I wasn't actually sure if she could do it or not, so it was pretty amazing.
Wow.
Verdon,
28 points of healing.
wow, yeah. So first she's just like in this immediate like sense of pain, as she, her soul is getting used to having a body, and not just a body, but a broken one.
Give it a sec. Technically, your muscles are all still in rigor mortis. They've got to warm up again. It's gonna take a couple days. It's not fun. I think, in theory.
It wouldn't be rigor mortis yet. We've only been gone a couple hours.
She was in the water. She'll be fine.
The water's probably not great, but
She gets up for a moment, tries to steady herself. Brocto and runs over, embraces her. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. It's the worst idea ever. No. Brocto, it's fine. Fine. Kind of like sits back and everything. Puts a hand up to his cheek. Mom and Dad say hi. But he just immediately just loses it. They're proud of you. Especially Pa. Vernon looks over to her. She's kneeling down. He reaches out, takes her hands in his. Glad to have you back, Pearl. She smiles at him, stands up, gives him a great big hug, and turns and over his shoulder, sees you, Zara. Smiles. And then she sees you too. A smile vanishes from her face, replaced by this fear and confusion. What's going on?
I'm sorry.
The moment that she sees you two. Well, how about this? I'll need you both to make a deck save disadvantage.
Oh god. Why?
This
Dex
bitch
save
needs to
disadvantage.
Throw down. I can do it twice in one day. Oh no, that's a 10.
11. Oh, disadvantage. 8.
Yeah. Okay, so At the moment she sees you two, and her eyes go wide. There's a flash of lightning illuminating them. Then this massive wave, seeming almost like just a rogue wave, out of nowhere, considering how shallow this water around seems to be, emerges, slams into you both. So you are going to take...
Is this tidal wave? Is this what Triskana just learned?
Yeah.
He's playing my character better than I am.
21 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh,
It's gonna be so great if this kills us and Syrinscape can bring us back.
Yes. God, that would be fucking crazy, wouldn't it?
turns into the Zera campaign.
No.
Yeah, that'd be great. It's like just from then on, Zara's like, yeah, I think we're trying to save like the songs of
Something.
something.
But I don't. I'm gonna be real. I don't even speak the language of these people.
It just Adventures of Zara and her girlfriend. It's awesome.
I'm from the past.
I slowly clamber wetly to my feet, try and help Spine Crusher up to his feet as well. Make no move to retaliate. And just say again, I'm sorry.
Vernon kind of places a hand on her shoulder. You're safe.
Hold
now.
on, you're
safe.
also still very weak. My God. I mean, not actually, but don't strain yourself. Is my point.
Kind of looks around, bewildered and confused. Hey, that's the one. It's okay. They brought you back home to us. That's all that matters. Puts her head to his chest. She faints in his arms. Help me! Help me!
Yep.
Spine Crusher rushes forward to try to help her.
Procto yells, "Get your hands off of her!"
Okay, I'm sorry.
Between us.
Fair enough.
Okay.
I can help. I can try to help, but I am very weak. Not sure how you saw me, but I'll try.
Yeah, you can make a strength check if you'd like.
Fuck. Let's throw on my back. 5 minus 1. 4.
So you try and help. You're carrying and all that, but between like, so you kind of get the legs as Vernon's carrying and everything, and it's at this point where like
Yep. Nope.
he's a
Sorry.
bit taller than you, and you're also in the rain, and it's sort of you're walking thinking like you can do this, and then it's like the walk back towards the town in the rain, in the muddy sand, and it feels like maybe is he above you? Like it just has
You know what? Here.
like walking a mile carrying a sofa up the stairs is what you feel like. So you're gonna need some ibuprofen in the
Yeah.
morning.
No. It's.
No, you are. So it's you don't even make it a quarter way before.
All right. Better plan.
Forget it. It's okay.
Nope. Here's what we're gonna do instead. I will
Shoulder.
cast enhance ability on Vernon,
Okay.
and that is how I will help.
Okay. So
Instead.
you do that.
Give
And then,
him bull strength.
yeah.
The target has advantage on strength checks, and his carrying capacity doubles.
He would like to rage.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, I don't even know why I tried to help physically. I am small.
So Vernon hoists the girl up onto his shoulders and everything, and suddenly
Here you go.
you letting go. It's almost like as you cast this for a second, it feels like it's just the angle. You know, it was just something like that. Maybe hard. You know, and but then he feels this resurgence of strength and looks back at you. Thank you. And is carrying her more comfortably by himself now. It's a long, again, quiet, awkward walk back. Stygian following close behind. As Brocto and Vernon are kind of walking ahead of you now. Stygian comes back a bit, like hangs back a bit to sort of keep pace with you guys. Well, I'm not going to lie, that was impressive. There's, again, still the matter of making some kind of restitution. So, can talk about it in the morning if you prefer. I'll make inquiries around town and find what you can do.
My offer was made in earnestness. We have good paying jobs. They could make a real difference doing something besides just knocking over ships.
We can talk about whatever offers of employment you're willing to give to the people of this town. That's a separate matter. In the meantime, there is a service, a debt owed. You've made things right, but there's still a question of suffering caused that can be eased by making things right. It's a difference between people, how do I put this? Seeing you as the ones who killed someone, some poor girl, and then said, whoops, sorry about that. Maybe set things a little bit right, but also didn't care enough to make sure they would be okay afterwards. Make it so that they don't have to worry about trying to knock over some ships passing by in a way that isn't going to be this job. Otherwise, you offer a job to them. What about the next kid that decides to go attacking ships? Gets the other next stupid idea. That's all.
I look
Just asking you to help.
forward to hearing your suggestions.
I think we could have a productive conversation tomorrow.
Sure.
No, what I think what we're trying to get at, or at least I hope, is that how can we all move forward from this so that something like this won't happen again? And how can we
Yes.
help ensure that it won't happen again?
For one thing, I can't ensure that your throats won't be slit in the middle of the night if you stay anywhere
Yeah,
other than
fair
the
enough.
lighthouse. So I think you should stay in the lighthouse tonight.
Lighthouse.
Why is the lighthouse any safer?
Because I'm there on the first floor and no one's going to cross me.
Are you sure of that?
They smile, chuckle a little bit. Quite sure.
Thank you for the hospitality.
They kind of give a sideways, nod. Catch back up towards Vernon as you're now approaching the northern section of the town. The ship itself and lighthouse visible. The storm not quieted at all. So,
Vernon, where is our Songblade?
she's still in the room. She was tired, so I'll let her get some sleep in my bed. I was going to spend the night on the floor.
That's kind of you.
I'm just surprised she could fit in the bed. I don't remember her being so tall.
No, that's new. That's new.
It's new. Huh. When did that happen?
During the escape. She
You fell
found her
in
way
here.
out and...
Teleogata.
Aye.
So she's
thought-
been that tall since I last saw her. I mean, it's amazing. You feel like you're holding people back in life. And they never get to grow into their true selves.
Yeah, I see what you did there.
Yes.
Yeah, she's still getting used to it. She still regularly bonks our heads on doorways.
She seems self-conscious. I tried to tell her she had no reason to be, but I don't know. I think she wants to find a way not to be quite so altitudinally prodigious. I'm not sure how to.
I believe the words you're looking for. She's tall as fuck.
Tall as fuck.
Yes.
You'd think I'd have a better way with words as long as I've lived to use them.
I'm very eloquent, It's tough to compete.
Strange, I remember you more and more as we talk.
I've changed a lot too since then.
I remember your friend who fell.
Linus. Yeah.
That was his name. helped many people out of the Underdark. Yours was the only ones I ever helped even. So, is he the only one?
That we-
No, there was your friend. We lost another in the Bright Rooms. That I remember.
Ugil Terroso, yes. It's a funny thing, you know, you thought you lost Yellow Arena forever. There's some friends we lost too, but time just works in a funny way. We got some of them back. But like you, there's some we'll never get back again.
You know, I came here. I see at this point is setting Gathene. You guys are in the lighthouse now, we'll say. Setting her into a bed in one of the adjoining rooms. There. Sleep well. So, when I was... Have I told you why I came to the Burning Isles?
No.
I suppose I was looking for exactly what she just got to see. Just looking for a way to die. There's words I'd heard, rumor of, well, one who knew a way for the Craven to find absolution and to atone and thereby relinquish their penance, so as to speak. And now, I mean, I've been doing research and everything, and all of it coming up blank. I'm not sure. I feel like I'm chasing shadows in the morning. It's hard to explain. Expressions change. I feel as though chasing a ghost, and then looking so long how to die. And then she's here and real, back again. And I wonder why should I bother going along with it? What? I suppose I don't feel such a reason for leaving just yet. It's weird to... I don't know.
For a man who has seen eternity, wouldn't it be nice to come along and see something new?
Funny thing about it. I miss what was familiar. I've seen new this entire time. I find myself longing for the things I missed out on. I made mistakes enough to last 1,000 lifetimes, and I'd like to imagine that I'm able to somehow make up for them. You've made a mistake yourself, young man. I can call you that, you know.
Suppose he can.
Call everyone that, really. Well, you've done better than me. That you've made a mistake and within a day fixed it.
That was Zara. I made the mistake. She fixed it.
I know. First thing you can do, own up to it next time. Better thing to do is to learn from this mistake and not make it again. I'm going to go and get some sleep. You should do the same.
See you in the morning then.
Departs.
Turn to Spine Crusher and Sarah.
I'm still not convinced it was a mistake. Somebody attacks our ships again. I'm gonna do the same thing.
I'm thinking the same thing.
I don't like these people.
Can we take a quick break?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we can take a break.
Thank you guys so much for hanging out in the chat. You are hilarious. We love having you here. We'll be back in just like 5 minutes, so please stick around. We'll be right back.
Yep.
Oh, I managed to do it with the music. Oh, I'm so happy about that. I've never done that before.
Oh,
Hey, everybody,
Nice.
thanks for sticking with us and still being here. You guys are players, so you didn't know, but it was like, ba 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 ba. And then I was like, oh my God, it wasn't a good story at all.
Wait,
Thank you
one,
for,
one more time. What was it like?
it was like, ba 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 ba. It was like that.
So glad it was like that.
It
All right.
was.
So,
Let's be half orcs.
oh,
yeah.
all right.
Can't do the
So,
voice.
the stormy night on the Burning Isles passes more or less uneventfully, aside from the fact that it's hard as hell to sleep in this groaning kind of like lighthouse that is just
Does the storm let up at all throughout the night?
a bit, yeah. In fact, at that point, Adraxa, religion check.
Oh boy. I gotta learn a proficiency in this thing sooner or later. Oh, 15.
So, you close your eyes and sit down.
Yes. Yes, I did.
And quiet. Strange thing is you drift off to sleep, and it's sort of like the sounds of thunder that occasionally roll by go away, and it's almost like that weird feeling of dreaming with your eyes closed, but you're dreaming that they're awake, that you're looking up at the room around you, seeing everything around you, and you see the flashes of lightning, and there is no thunder, only this ticking sound. Strange, this clockwork ticking. And kind of get up from the bedroll on the floor. They've been sleeping, legs crossed on the, as you sit, look up around the room, confused in your dream, just the same. You look, same tick tock, tick tock. And all around you, you can see your friends are still asleep in the room. The door swings open. Tick tock. You're looking, searching for it. You feel like you can hear the sound above. Tick tock, tick tock. Up the stairs of this lighthouse, you climb the steps, you chasing, and from outside, from what you remember in this weird thought of your memory of the lighthouse, it was shorter than it is as you're running up this clockwise staircase, going around and around and around. And soon enough, it feels like it's an hour you've been running up this lighthouse stairway. Chasing, tick tock. The sound is just up ahead. You can hear it. It's maddening. Tick tock, tick tock. Why isn't it getting any closer? And then, well, make an intelligence check.
Oh no. It's my two worst stats. It's a nat 1, Matt.
You look, you just try to run harder, you run faster, but it's exhausting, and you keep pushing, clawing at the steps above, grabbing at the railing, trying, you're going to get to it, and it's this feeling if it's just around this next bend, a damn ticking noise in your head, and it's not getting any closer, and it's frustrating, and you can't quite figure it out. And there's a voice in your head. Not all you endure is a test. Don't suffer needlessly. You wake up, confused as hell. Not sure what to make of it. So, Zara, you awaken. Reggie is there, and she's at this point kind of sitting on the sitting on the bed across the room and everything, looking out the window. Looks like she's already been awake for some time. Looks over, catches your eye. So,
Yesterday.
you're bringing people back from the dead now.
Uh, I knew how to do it in theory, but that was actually the first time I ever did it. I was kind of worried about that.
I mean, what did it feel like?
So I think it helped that she wasn't gone for too long. I It was, in a way, it was similar to what I expected, but it was also completely different than anything I could have ever imagined. Like, I felt out of place, but I could still feel that tether back to, our realm.
You do you trust Spine Crusher's judgment?
I mean,
I mean, I feel like
I
I don't
I
know.
trust that
I
he is making what he feels is the best call. Um, if that makes sense.
I get it. Like, I mean, I wasn't there. If
Uh,
it was
That
just
was I wasn't even really on the ground for that.
it looked dangerous from what we could see from the ship. I mean, that big thing that just came out of the ocean, and I don't know. Um, it's. I mean, I get it. In the heat of the moment, you can't always know what's going to happen with things. I guess I'm glad that you're all going to be okay. It sounds like though.
I also feel like we've had to make there there's been so many and such severe threats to us recently, like end of the world kind of threats. I feel like that is the threat we were coming into the situation assuming it was going to be.
It's a bit hard to tone it down when you've been.
And this was just regular people.
And I guess that's one of the things is it seems like everyone is so much stronger than I thought. That now it's like, how do you know if you're just, I don't know, it's like getting in a fist fight with a chipmunk. I don't know. It's like, what the hell?
We're
Like,
used to fighting for our lives against, you know.
yeah, like, I mean, you just cracked a sledgehammer onto her head, and I guess like that was probably a bit excessive, but I don't know. Nah, probably not. I mean, I wasn't there, so I don't know. Um, I don't know. You never know if it could have been, because it's better that he go in with that expectation of going 100%. Because if he holds back at all when it is on the line, then that's when she gets this distant look, kind of almost catatonic. Do you hear that?
Why?
And like gets a finger in her ear. Do you hear that?
Can I listen? Can't hear anything.
Make a perception check.
21.
No. No, you don't hear anything.
Um,
I. Sorry, that was weird.
What's it? Is it persistent or was it a one-off?
It was just gone. I guess it's nothing.
Oh, but let me know if it reoccurs.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
like a
Dr. Sarah
frequency?
should have.
Or was
No,
it
it
like
was. It sounded like someone talking, but I don't know. Um, It's okay.
Like message? Like, did it give you a similar feeling like that?
You've done that before. Yeah, I guess, but I didn't recognize the voice.
Oh.
Weird. It was. I think it was an infernal.
Uh,
Don't know what they said though. That was weird. I'm sorry. That.
I mean,
Um,
infernal, it could have come from a different plane that might have caused some interference, or vice versa. You could be getting interference from a message intended for someone else due to it being from a different plane. I'm not
does
sure.
that normally happen?
Right.
Oh,
Right. I don't think that's ever happened to me. DM question.
no, it's probably never
Yeah,
happened.
okay, no.
Yeah.
It's weird though.
Um, okay.
Yeah, I guess I could prepare my spells for the day.
Kind of looks around, makes sure Adrax and Spine Crusher are out of hearing.
We
Do
could
you,
try some.
hey,
What?
do you, do you think I should be back in the Feather House?
Yes. Atraxa mumbles in her sleep and doesn't know why.
I don't want to go back. I mean, if everything that happened yesterday, that whole mob could have turned against us at any point.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
don't know what would have happened if I was in that.
I feel like it kind of ties back into the what happened the other day. It's all about their, especially when you're traveling with us, and also you sure the God of Madness is trying to kill you. Um,
I
it's all about making the best call you can with whatever information you have, and you're never gonna have all the information. Um,
sort of a leap of faith.
yeah,
Okay.
but also we all want to do what's best for us and what's best for the future, but also we still have to think about how we're feeling in the now. So, you know, there's no one right choice.
Feel a lot better. Um, with feel a lot better with you around to kind of keep giving me advice and everything.
I mean,
I think I'm gonna go get some fresh air. All right, I'll. Yeah. And she gets up and walks out of the room to go outside, take a stroll through the village of Hardgrave.
wait.
Drax is
Just
in
curious,
a
aren't we
cold
supposed to
sweat
have
while
a, yeah.
sleeping.
Uh, aren't we supposed to, we have a meeting this morning, correct?
Yeah,
This is like middle of the night right now, right?
it's early morning. So at this point, I'd say probably about 5:30. Maybe the sun is starting to rise, so it's probably closer to 6:30. Like
I
that's
guess I'll ask Reggie if she minds if I tag along just due to the nature of the political climate in this village.
oh yeah, for sure.
Okay. eh,
Yeah, that makes sense. Sorry, I
Don't
didn't
want
think they
someone
would.
trying to murder us.
Yeah, it's a good point. Do you want to go? I don't know, look for seashells or some shit.
How's the storm right now?
You guys go outside and everything, and as soon as you open the door, kind of like you immediately see sheets of rain coming out. She just fuck.
Maybe tomorrow when it's past?
Guess so. So much
Um,
for fresh air.
we could just sit here on the porch for a bit.
Nice. Sure. Just sits down.
We
Rain
kind of,
pouring down. The leaves are heavy with it. Time passes, and soon enough, the sun is starting to rise, but not really because it's just the clouds get brighter. It's stormy as hell. Adraxa and Spinecrusher, you awaken. A knock at the door. Looks like you slept in. This, like, kind of like three-toothed gnome comes in. Big old underbite and everything, gums, looking at you.
Yeah. I wake up, I've been spooning Spinecrusher and I don't realize it. I'm completely unapologetic as I wake up. I'm like, I was terrible sleep.
Are we alive? I'm like, Spinecrusher feels his neck.
Right side of the dirt today, my man.
The Stygian's looking for you if you'd like to come by.
Sure, where?
Just second floor, office.
Vestigian?
Stygian.
Distygian.
Yeah, Stygian. That's it. Yep, Stygian.
I don't know if it's polite to ask directly or indirectly, but what are Distygian's pronouns?
Everybody just calls him they. I don't know.
All right. Come on,
It's kinda-
Spinecrusher.
Quite frankly, it's none of your business to ask. Really.
Well, I just don't want to use the wrong ones. That's rude, isn't
Oh,
it?
no, I'm sorry. I thought most people asking that sort of question are looking to get an idea, trying eyes and whatnot. Wasn't trying to suggest anything. Yeah, contrary. Come on upstairs. You go. He takes a lantern and starts leading the way.
I have excellent manners.
Knock, knock, knock. Come in. I brought them back. I just thought they slept in quite enough and everything. Hope you don't mind. All right, well, in you go.
Morning.
Good morning.
Hello?
Hello. So I've considered your current circumstances. I've considered the predicament you're in, and also spoken to some of the other members of the community with concerns regarding recent issues that have plagued Hargrave. Namely that there's been a number of attacks coming from deeper within the island. We don't understand where they're coming from. I'm not in a position to go starting an expedition out there, given that my role here is to keep the peace, make sure that, well, brawls don't get any more than brawls. You understand.
Big
However-
is this island?
It's pretty big. It's probably, depending on which way you go, 100 miles east, west, north, south, maybe.
How many other
Okay.
settlements are on this island that you know of? Distygian.
Small settlements, a few scattered. Hargrave's probably the largest, but I mean, don't know really. I've been here my whole life, so.
There were refugees from Shell. Do you know where they ended up landing?
We saw some of them floating years back. Actually, they did make an arrangement with us. You know them.
Some of them. Are any of them still alive?
Yes. It was one of the best deals we'd ever brokered, honestly. They offered to offer the town of Hargrave some kind of assistance. The whelppox went away soon after they arrived. Thankfully, that made everything a lot easier for Tirsha. But otherwise, all we were to offer them was protection, which is fine. Even,
I'm sorry,
It was
did you say Tirsha?
Tirsha Kelpat, she's the local medic.
Tirsha
She-
Kelpat. Why
she
do I
ri-
know that name? Does she have red hair?
She does. She's in charge of helping us with the outbreak of whelppox. So a few years back, she was
Oh my
dispatched.
god.
You know her.
I'll be right back.
Spinecrusher recognize the name? 'Cause,
No,
like,
you
it
would not.
doesn't- Okay.
No. Although, unless it depends on how detailed is Draxa with her stories that she tells at campfires.
You wouldn't have known the name, but you would have heard the story about
Yeah.
our friend who tried to drown himself. Okay, so with no regard for tact or politeness, Drexa bolts back upstairs to the room they played in, whips out the feather to open up the door to the feather house. And as soon as the door materializes, she rips it open, looking for what she hopes is Elliot Beckett's still unconscious body, because she just remembers she kidnapped a guy yesterday and doesn't want another thing on her plate.
No. So what you see, or rather what you hear as soon as you open the door, is, "I say, you had better get away right now!" Followed by, "I don't know what the hell you're talking about, old man.
Beckett!
No.
Beckett, get out here! Beckett!
Oh, thank God! Finally, wait a minute." He looks and sees, "You're the lady who punched me."
Oh, God, do you know me? You know me, right? You know me from this time, right?
"Yes, I know you from this time. You just punched me last
From
night."
before that, you know me from years ago, right? We adventured together for a long time.
In a game of darts, and then you punched
Stole
me.
that old guy's identity.
punched me,
You
madam.
fucked me out of a lot of money and a lot
I
of
don't
important
remember
quest
that.
items.
This doesn't sound like me.
Get the
Well-
fuck out of my house right now. Go.
I'm telling you, you
Pedal
better
it
get
out.
him out of this house right now, or else I'll bend that.
I'll
whip
handle this. I'll handle it. I'll handle it, old man.
I grab Elliot Beckett by the front of his shirt and I
What
just
is
shut the door
going-
behind him while Arlington's yelling.
This is absolutely
Here's what
preposterous.
you're okay.
I-
Here's what you're gonna do. I'm gonna take your
Yo, this is
fucking
what
head
I'm
off.
doing.
I'm gonna take your
You're not
fucking
gonna
head
do
off
shit.
right here
You're
now
not
if
gonna
you
take
don't
my head
stay
off
in this
now.
room for
Yeah,
the
I'm
next
not gonna
hour
stay
and
in
just
this
be
room.
real quiet.
Oh,
And you are
right.
not gonna say a word about any of this
Wrong
to
with that.
anyone.
Okay.
You're gonna stay here and be good and shut the fuck up, and then we're gonna forget this
No.
ever happened.
Not going to be good.
You had a nice slumber party in a very nice house. You're welcome. And now it's done, and we're never gonna see each other again.
Slumber party. Excuse me. I'm sure the
Can't you
floor
keep your
is
voice down, please? Can't you keep
being
your voice
knocked
down,
out
please?
cold on a piece of.
I'm
You know
having a
what?
rough 24 hours, so if you could just
Oh!
keep it down just a
You're
bit.
having a rough 24 hours. Okay.
You want to go back at my fucking house for another slumber party? Because God help me, I will leave you there until you rot. Okay.
Scary
Okay.
man with the mustache.
Yeah. You want to hear about the 18 different varieties of salt pork?
So,
There's actually 27 he's mentioned.
Okay. Can you please stay in this room
Okay.
quietly? We'll shake hands. We'll move on with our lives. And we'll never see each other again.
Deal? He shakes your hand.
Begrudgingly shake his hand way too hard because I'm still so mad at him 3 years later.
You walk out of the room. leaving
Okay,
him
and
behind.
I just shut the
What?
door behind him. Hope he
What did I ever
stays
do
in.
to her? Yeah.
Shut
You
the
hear-
fuck up.
Sorry.
And I run back as quietly as I can to rejoin Spine Crusher.
what was that about?
I just remembered we kidnapped a guy. I kidnapped a guy.
Lygian is just kind of like leaning back in their chair.
Oh, you're trying to take him with us or something.
Nope, I messed up. I forgot he has a life here and a girlfriend, and I just we're here to
So-
we're here to make reparations, right? So look at me doing the right thing.
I
These people.
Everything is copacetic then.
Yes, yes, of course, of course.
I assume you also noticed the gallows on the way in town the other day. You noticed the strange creature strung up. They've been making attacks. I don't understand why. We don't know where they came from. It started happening recently. I'd like for you to find where they are coming from, burn out their nest. See to it that we never have to deal with them again.
Where did the attacks occur?
Along the southern roads, there's, as you said, there are settlements across the Burning Isles, the town of Hargrave being the most concentrated in a single area, but there are a few. I wouldn't call them settlements so much as homesteads. A cabin here, fishing hut there, that sort of thing. Well,
And this is the same creature we saw in the basement, right?
what I would say is that it is as strange as the creature that you saw in the basement, but not similar.
Oh, okay. It's
Right,
as
like that.
strange, but it's not it.
Right. And from what the description that you were given by the governess of Regana, these creatures are each of them almost distinct, each of them unique. But without being able to tell much of anything, they know that they treat them all as threats. And it seems like the same logic applies here on Burning Isles. The code keeper looks at you again. So, I think it's a fair way of using your skills for the betterment of Hardgrave and the local community, don't you? Given that you are disposed towards using particularly aggressive, violent shows of force to accomplish certain goals, I think that this seems like an adequate use of your talents. Do this, and we can guarantee that ships bearing flags from Regana will pass safely around the Burning Isles for the next year.
Indefinitely.
Indefinitely. You find yourself in a position to bargain.
It is a request. Man to man. Man to they.
Oh, fuck.
Man to they. Man
Okay.
to...
It's an expression where he's from.
Make a persuasion check.
Make a
at
persuasion check.
Charisma
disadvantage.
saving throw would be perfect.
Really? Yeah, actually, charisma saving throw would probably be charisma save at disadvantage.
Christmas. What?
Charisma
Okay.
save
All right,
disadvantage.
fine. Charisma save disadvantage. Hold on. Don't I have a thing I can do, or is that one of my other 4 characters I play currently?
Do you? Brunin
Yeah.
had the charisma.
All right, I'm gonna use. So I got.
Can I? Go ahead.
I'm gonna use. I can re-roll a saving throw that I fail. I fail with Indomitable. Do I have to re-roll both dice, or can I re-roll one?
Reroll one.
Just re-roll one. Just roll one more time.
Or yeah, it's still
Good question. Have we ever run
Indomitable.
into this?
Yeah, hold on, let's look it up because Indomitable disadvantage. Hold on.
Here, we can just. I'll just re-roll one. We don't need to. Don't worry about it. Yeah.
Just do the thing that
Did we
benefits
get a
me
long
more.
rest?
Oh, did we?
Oh, we did do a long rest.
Yeah, that counts as a long rest. Yeah, you guys are in a long rest. So,
All right. Well, that one was even worse.
okay.
9.
9? Okay.
Is it cheating for me to use my points to give you advantage? I feel it's probably cheating, right? It's probably for
Doesn't-
other people, not us.
Does a 22 hit?
Was a 22 hit?
Yes.
Come on! Oh my god, this is funny as fuck.
Yes.
Okay.
Spinecrusher, we just
Okay.
had to talk about this like 5
6
minutes
points.
ago.
6 points of damage as you say this, and man to man. And as soon as you say it, as soon as you say the words, just leave your lips. Stygian leaps up and cold cocks you just right in the teeth. Oh, fuck. Your head snaps back for a bit, and it's almost like the pain is coming more so from how fast your head snapped back than from the actual hit to your teeth. Oh, ugh. Your lips are cracked. Oh,
Silent is backwards. I'm only trying to protect the people at sea. I mean no
Am I there?
disrespect.
Or is it just you two?
crack their knuckles. Dolly. All right.
Draxa looks for the first time in her life kind of turned on by that. Right?
They, the Stygian turns back around. sits back down in their seat. 1 year's safe passage is more than enough.
Fine. We'll leave
One-
today.
Leave today to take care of burn out the nest.
Yes.
Good. Gather what provisions you need in town. I'll see to it that you're kept safe. I'll give word to the townsfolk that you are not to be harmed so long as it is for today. Maybe get some ice for that jaw. As you are sitting there and everything, you hear a knock at the door. Soon enough, Stygian says, "Yes, come in." Githine kind of pushes it open. Hello? Hi, I'm feeling much better now.
Good morning.
See it. Morning. They stay the night here? It was all right. They've committed to making amends. They've apologized. I've accepted their apology. They're working at making things right. I'm sorry again, Pearl, for everything they've put you through. And I was wondering if, well, a lot of the townsfolk were wondering if you might be able to just, oh, sure, give me a moment. And at this point, Pearl goes outside. Reggie kind of looks confusedly. What's going on? Oh, she's going to try and, well, see for yourself.
Can I
Wait.
insight check to Stygian to see
Yeah.
if there's like real, genuine caring there, or if this girl is maybe just kind of being used a little bit?
Yeah, insight check. Go ahead.
Also, I want to reiterate to Pearl that, and also just for you as the DM, now it's been 1 day post her being resurrected. She still has a -3 to most of the stuff she does.
Good to know. Thank you.
That's a 12 on insight.
12? I mean, what brief interaction you've had with Pearl, it seems like she's a sweet girl. But you do get the vibe that a lot of the townsfolk probably do see her. Those who don't necessarily know her probably see her as, you know, the girl what keeps the storms quiet. And those who do know her treasure her for far more than that. The Stygian weren't quite as sure of what to make of how they view anyone in this town. They seem like a set of scales made into a person's form. At that, you see, or rather hear for a moment, a melody from outside, a song carried up. And with it, the slow easing of the reins.
Can I
Breaking
run
the cloud.
outside, please?
Yeah.
I hear this song and I go running because I've only ever seen like Reggie do it. Like, I just-
And sorry. Fuck. Jesus Christ, stink bug. Ugh, gross.
Yeah.
roll for initiative.
Yeah, fucking son of a bitch. So on Reggie hears it too, and she goes out to follow, intrigued at the sound of a song she doesn't know, sung high station. There's no way that's not
Holy
possible.
shit.
Goes out, and there you see Githine singing this melody, almost spinning around in the rain, smiling as it starts to fade away to nothing. clouds themselves seem to be obeying as she sings the song. But you understand the words. Words are almost a lullaby. Calm now, calm. What once frightened you is long gone away. Rest easy, rest easy. Let life be on its way. And the melody goes on and on. Soon enough, she's humming it, not even using the words, just enraptured by the delight of being able to sing once again and feel rain drying on her face. Soon enough, feeling sunshine, warm, baking on her skin. All of you hear the sound of birds starting to chirp in the trees, the burning aisles coming back to life, townsfolk beginning to open their doors, look out there, crack open their shuttered windows, and see the light again. Some of them see Githine standing there in the middle of the Wayfair, and there's even a small clap. People are just delighted seeing her back. Some of the townsfolk come out. Oh, I'm so happy to see you. I've heard such terrible things. And she said, it's okay now. I'm fine. Reggie is taken aback.
Kid, do you know that one?
No.
How does she know that one?
Vernon's the only possible link I could think of.
No.
No?
Vernon wasn't a
Vernon-
songkeeper.
No, those songs were lost.
How did she learn the language, though?
I don't know that she does know the language. She knows the song.
Is it because she died?
She could do this before.
I have to find Yellerina. Reggie starts walking off towards up the hill towards the tavern. You follow?
First I turned to Spinecrusher and Zara. Just kind of like a baffled look.
I'm so sick of these people lecturing us about defending ourselves. I think they're all a bunch of fucking morons, but I kind of get it now. And I only got it just now. Like, we just killed their Reggie. Okay, yeah, maybe we did fuck up, Spinecrusher.
Spinecrusher closes his eyes and moves his jaw. Maybe.
Well, anyway, I want to go find out what the heck's going on here.
Right, yeah, no, let's follow, I guess.
Split up. Yeah, you can always split up. That's no problem.
No, we would have followed. I guess. I'll say that while walking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so you're going after Reggie to try and see Yellerina.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, if she's decent.
You go up to the top of the ship's, main deck. There, you knock on the door of the cabin where Vernon had been staying. Soon enough, Vernon opens the door. He's in the middle of brushing his teeth. Oh, please come in.
Thank you.
She's well. You saw her. I heard her, and I know the answer already. She's fine. Rain should still be pouring down.
Seems like she's gonna be alright.
Part of me is still livid. And yet part of me be so grateful. You can never know.
I look at Reggie.
I've
I
said
have
nothing.
some idea.
I've said nothing to Yelderrain of what happened. Better she not know. At least that. But please come in. Sorry. I don't have much. We've got some eggs, and I've cooked up a few sausages. I hope you
we
don't
don't.
mind. They use some of their local peppers. Like,
We don't want to take all your provisions.
no, it's fine. I can always get more. In fact, I'll have to stick around for quite some time now.
Why?
Oh, there's a debt to be paid, isn't there?
We're paying that debt.
Terms were agreed to already.
What do you mean?
Well, I think it's another 10 years of servitude here at the tavern for room and board. At the cost of that diamond needed to save my adopted daughter. Worth it for the blue skies that will remain overhead. No, stop it.
I mean, if it's
No.
cost, no.
It's not a matter of coin. Jenny was kind enough to have given me her diamond from her father's jewel, family keepsake. She was not one wanting to part with it. But given the circumstances, we came to an agreement. An agreement. Mind you, it's 10 years. I've taken pisses longer than 10 years. Now. Yeah, Raina. Oh, God. Sorry, 1 second. She stretches and everything comes in from the other room. Sorry. It's resting the eyes. Not really.
Did you have a nice
She's-
sleepover?
I did. Vernon was kind enough to let me have his bed. Gentleman he was. Slept on the floor when he got back in. Or at least when I woke up, he wasn't in bed with me. Kind of like blushes and everything. Yeah. It was a long night. A lot of music to be played. I didn't hear a thing. Funny you say that. Would you like some eggs, dear? I made a few.
Dear.
Sorry.
Dear.
He smiles and
I reach
blushes
for
some
the
more.
eggs.
Oh, yes, please. Thank you.
Yellerina also kind of gives you a glare. Drax like, stop it right now. Insight check. Disadvantage because there's food on the table.
It's not like I'm past that anyway. It's fine. 7.
You don't pick up any of Yellerina's hints. None. Nope.
Well, eating Yellow Raina's breakfast.
I was going to.
What?
I was
Vernon.
going to.
It's fine. Vernon, I have a question for you.
Heat
Get my
everything
own?
in front of her.
She goes over towards the kitchen area, gets, scoops some more of the eggs onto the. Actually, no, there's no more eggs left, so she like cracks
Oh,
open
yeah,
a
I'll
few and
take a
starts.
sausage. Thank you. That's good.
Jaxa.
Vernon, we need to know. How does Pearl know that song? That language? Is that from you?
Language? No. She doesn't. So the thing about it is, she said that she learned it from her. Well, Rakdo said that she learned it from her imaginary friend growing up. The story she's told was that she was a lonely child. Her father was always out to sea on voyages and whatnot. The mother was minding the chores about the town, cooking, keeping after 2 unruly children. Well, one unruly child and one who couldn't quite understand. And, well, Pearl said she would always go off into the coves. One time, she went missing quite a while in the Split Shell Cove, just south of here. It's where the homestead was. And, well, it was, she said she'd gone into the cave, and therein she found a beautiful place with a beautiful friend who was kind, and he was, she had, well, she never really talked about him much, but said that he was just a good friend and kind, and you know how children are with their imaginary friends. At any rate, she learned that song from this person. Before that, she would sing as children do, but before that, her singing did not still the
We just
waters.
we just lost you, Matt.
Oh, can you hear me?
I can hear him.
I'm-
I'm good.
Yeah, it's all you, man.
As old as you are, there is no way you believe that person is imaginary. The child did not imagine a high Stilson song that stops the rain.
Kind of sits down for a minute. Yellowraina's ears pricking up as well as she's like cracking the eggs, and you know the sizzle and everything is going, and she's just kind of turning her head behind to look.
That's not make believe. That's one of us. Where is this?
I have my suspicions, as I said. I told you last night why I came to the Burning Isles. I'm not so sure that my friend is imaginary. Part of me wondered if it was the very same person who could have helped me with what I was looking to, the answers I was looking to find.
Probably not if they didn't find it either.
From what I've heard from the local, Split Shell Cove is riddled with natural passages walked by the waves and waters, tidal pools that have wormed their ways through the limestone and rock there. But it is no more complex than any of those tunnels I delved into in the Underdark.
Well, Quergalok the Handsome is like 8 miles underground.
I'd forgotten about him.
Aye. So handsome.
Well, you should have seen him in his prime. At any rate, I, of course, would not be able to be your guide this time, you understand.
Of course.
A debt to be paid is a debt to be paid. Lorena kind of says, I understand that you can't leave, Vernon. Just really wish. I really wish you could have come with us.
He could if he wanted to. He's making a choice.
The more that you live, the more you come to understand that sometimes giving up your choice in the name of honor is more important. I don't expect you to understand. I don't expect most people to understand. It's not an easy choice to make. It is one I make because it is the hard choice. Doesn't make sense, I know. Kind of looks towards Yellerena. This sorrowful smile crosses his face. Do you have to go? Me? What? Of course I have to. I've made an oath as well, Vernon. You know that. have to protect the songs. I'd do anything. Be with you. Here, to get back to knowing you better. I there's Reggie. She needs to be kept safe. And I'm sorry, but what's this you're saying about other songs? Reggie goes, I heard them. Yeah, Lorraine, this girl, Gathine, Paolo, she was singing. She was singing the old tongue. And what's more is that her song, it changed the world outside. Turned the storm just to this light you see out that window. Are there other songs?
There must be.
Yeah, there ain't
A lot of time has passed.
Yellorin gets this sort of pale look across her face for a moment. You'd better sit down. I think time I told you about the lost songs. That is where we're going to call it.
My goodness.
Fucking nailed it that time. Holy shit.
What? What? Well, I know what the
Yeah.
next episode is going to be called.
The lost soul.
Oh, God, so good.
What a cliffhanger.
Thank you.
It's the perfect way to end that episode. Holy shit.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm excited.
I'm excited.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So, guys, thank you so much for sticking around in the chat and everything.
Yeah.
God, yeah. You ready to go raid?
Oh,
We doing
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go do this.
Thank you,
we can
everybody,
do that.
for hanging out. Me in the chat, you guys are a blast. If you can stick around for like another few minutes, I think our friends Constructed Chaos are raiding a homebrew game of Pokemon D&D.
Yeah, we're reading that. Correct.
Yeah, we're raiding them. So hang along and let's go say hi to
Yeah,
them.
Hopefully, it's going to be like 3 times as dramatic and serious as this
I'm-
shit was.
I'm
Yeah.
sure
Yeah.
it absolutely will.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm about to start that raid.
Thanks for being with us. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Peace.
All right.